There you are. It's funny, Laura. You know what I have to do? I have to hit this like I didn't see you write that. I knew you were there, but I have to hit this button in order to see the chat. So now I know. Yeah. I definitely don't want to stay on as long as I was the other night. I was on till like 4 in the morning. So yeah, it's this thing on the left-hand side on the bottom, and it says, let me see, actually what it says is chat filter. All messages and then like top chats and all this stuff. Oh, top messages, all messages, and none. So I have to make sure I hit this all messages. And then now you're here, so that's good. But yeah, I know like you're probably heading off to bed soon, so don't feel like obligated to hang out. But um oh, here we go. Oh, this is the dreaded GoPro edit. I really hate editing GoPro footage, but because it takes so long.
All right, so here is our new one, and we got P for poop. I think it poops. This is the poop chute. I'm kidding. This is the pump side, and then we have our fuel out and in and all that good stuff. And yeah, this is our pulse right here. And this one actually is made in Japan. I don't know if you can see this. Check it out. You can kind of see it right there.
All right, so I have that all edited already, so there's no need to watch that. All right, so again, this helps when over here in the ingredients pile, like I said, it helps when you have like GP. I know that this is my GoPro stuff. I have it labeled, so here we go. GoPro. And I know this is all going to be quiet in here, so. All right, so I'm putting tape on. I think I edited this last night. Yeah. Now I know this is all going to be sped up. Yeah, and I think here is not where it's... Yeah, I got to start editing in here, so... Laura, give me a yes if you're still there, because I want to make sure this chat is still working. Please. Oh, you put something too. You said, great live, Bill. I really enjoyed it. Oh, yeah, you're welcome. All right, let me see this here. Drag this over here. Boom, right there. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. All right. All right, get rid of that. And my phone is like right in the way of the keyboard, but here we go. Much obliged. Thanks, Laura. I appreciate it. Hey, Mike, how are you? Good to see you. Just doing some editing here. Mike the Drip Master. Good to see you, brother. Doing some late night editing. All right, so back there. Get rid of that. The cool thing is here, like in this parameter, I know I'm like walking away and I'm going to grab another tool. And I know that right in here, I can see the spike and then I come back. So boom, right there. That's where I want to like cut it. So it at least helps. I love seeing those parameters. So it saves time in editing, that's for sure. I almost bought another one of those today, but those little lights, $10. Oh, Laura, my guy though, and that I buy all the parts from at Advance Auto, he's leaving. Advance Auto, so I'm not going to get my parts on sale anymore. So that kind of sucks. All right, get rid of that. Delete, backspace, get rid of that, shrink it. And Mike's gone, he's out of here. Yeah, there's a lot of bad things going down at that place, but yeah. He's a good dude. I'm gonna have to start ordering all my stuff online, which, to be honest with you, everything's cheaper online anyway, even though I was getting deals for the stuff anyway. But it was a lot of stuff I wouldn't have to wait for. But oh well. It is what it is. Alright, right there. Cut that. Scoot this over. I'll be out in the garage tomorrow, so this won't be so boring, but I'll probably light a guitar on fire tomorrow, I think, Laura. That should be fun. Out with the old. No, I'm actually learning stuff, watching. Okay, good. All right, now that's the end of this GoPro clip. So, like I said in the other day, I don't know if you were watching, but I like to write all my clips down, and those are over here in, in my pool. So now that I know that I just used my GoPro file, which, where the heck is it? GoPro 1. It's done. Cross it off. So that way I know I used it. Now I'm going to go to GoPro 2. Go to my double pane. Yeah, I know. No playing with fire. All right, here's the new one. Hit my in, which my marker comes in over here. That's the letter I on your keyboard, and then your O for out. That'll be the red one on the top. You can see it moving right now. The playhead up here. And I don't want to watch this whole thing, so I'll bump it along. Just move it, move it. All right, you know, with GoPro files, I kind of... Oh, wait. There's a huge long pause here. I'm off doing something, so I'm going to go back. I'm just going to drag the entire GoPro file to down into here. And edit down in here. It's just... Okay, get rid of that. Highlight it, backspace, backspace. So you know, too, your space bars play, and you probably already know this, but that's your play, stop and play. So you don't have to like keep clicking play and up and everything up here. All right. Control B for the blade cut. Oh, I got 3 likes. That's good. All right. Yeah. So you don't have to like keep clicking. I just keep my fingers on it. And now you can like use your mouse to like navigate. And so like now I'm just really controlling this here. So I'm going to go ahead and right there, Control B, cut that, click that, backspace, click that, backspace. Now I'm like using the space bar, boom, to play it. Now I'm stopping it, playing it, stopping it, playing it. I'm not even using this. It's just a way easier shortcut to not have to sit here and go like this, moving back and forth. Because that's a pain in the butt. So once you get like the shortcuts on the keyboard, it's a lot easier. Because like you can go over here to your razor blade, hit your razor blade, and cut. You can do what I'm doing with the playhead and cut, but it's just one easier step to hit Control B. That'll be your razor blade. So it's just easier to do the shortcuts on your keyboard. So, yep. There's a parameter up in here. Let me show you. Like, if you go to, let me see, check for updates. Keyboard. You can go to keyboard customization up here. See this? You can dictate what you want your keyboard to do. See all these? You can tell your keyboard what you want it to do. So you can customize your keyboard. If you don't want your spacebar to be your play, you can do it at whatever way you want. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Figure it out the way you want. But here is all your stuff right here. I know it's kind of hard to see, but yeah. So that's right here in the Davinci Resolve tab. And then it'll say keyboard customization. But the way they have it set up is pretty good anyway. Now I see like there's nothing happening in here. I don't see any parameters, so I must have walked away. So this... Yep. All right, cool. So that looks like I could just cut that and then shrink this down, and I don't see any action happening. Yep. I could drag the playhead all the way over here. There we go.
I'm coming, hang on.
There, all right. Now I can get rid of this whole chunk. There. Yes, Laura, he did. He got there around 10:30 this morning. He got there because he left early. So he got there safe and sound. Thank you for
Oh, I
asking.
shut the fuel off. That's right.
Yeah, he left really early this morning, which I was surprised. All right. Oh, now I can hear. The good thing is you can hear. But well, I already know what I'm doing. I'm walking away getting something. Coming back. All right. Okay. Yeah, Laura, were you there when I was lighting stuff on fire in the garage? All right, so I think that's pretty much all of GoPro 2. I think it is. Yeah, that's all of GoPro 2. Okay, so good. Got rid of that one. Cross it off the list. And then GoPro 3. Oh, that's to the Mini Cooper. That doesn't belong in here. Oh, things are messed up, man. This is all freaking messed up. Yeah. Okay, so this is messed up. Well, I messed up, Laura. Want me to show you like so I have to insert some clips. I messed up. So I take out the fuel pump and then take it out. Then what? I put the new one in. What's going on here? What is this? All right, go to this one. GoPro 5. Oh no, okay, everything's cool. But I'll show you over here. Say if you did mess up, you could take a whole chunk and highlight it. Say you wanted to insert something like right here. You could highlight this whole area like that, and then you could move it. You could move it out, slide it out, and then say, let's just do an in and out right here. Do an in, and then an out. You could slide this down in here and put that in. And then you could slide that in like that. But obviously I don't want to do that, so I'm going to take that back out. Backspace. There. That's what I originally had. Or you can use this thing right here. This will insert a clip. That thing. Okay. Now I messed up. There's a marker insert down here. So I'm gonna go up here and I'm gonna clear in and outs. Gone. There, fixed it. Okay, so would you get burned or something? What do you got going on tomorrow, Laura? Anything good? Oh, gotcha. Okay. See, this is why I hate editing GoPro stuff, because it takes forever. So now put that in there. And there's going to be no audio in here, and I could go ahead and just bring the video in, but I'll detach it afterward. Tomorrow I will be eating fish heads. Oh, really? That'd be cool. You're going to get out and do one? That's going to be awesome. I'm doing one tomorrow, too. I have to. I don't even remember what I'm got going on in this part here.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know what is going on in this. All right, well, GoPro 5 is done. Let me see. GoPro 5, 3, and 4 are not even part of this video. Let me see. 3 is the Mini Cooper. That shouldn't even be on here. Yep. 4. Oh, yeah. 4 is a useless one. All right. GoPro 6.
Those big strapping man may be on male and women.
Yeah. All right. That's that one. All right. Now I think we're back to dialogue. Now we go to 6 up here.
Itself and 3.
Did you say tomorrow you're eating fish heads? Yes, I did. I figure if other people can do it, I can do it. I'm just kidding.
3, 2, 1. All right, you guys, as you saw, there's an entire bracket that holds the fuel pump to the machine itself. And I was using a socket, but they're actually, it's a 3/8 because that's American. But from what I remember, at least on the snowmobiles back in the day, the engines were Japanese. They were a Fuji motor. I don't know if this is a Fuji engine. I think they still are. So the stuff on the engine was all metric. So that's why I grabbed my metric stuff, because I am not used to using like American stuff, SAE stuff. So, but anyway, the 10 did work. It was a little sloppy. Also, the bolts that hold it on.
Okay, Laura. Yeah, I got you. Thanks for sticking around. I'll talk to you tomorrow, okay? Try and get out there, make a video. That'd be cool.
I mean, the nuts actually that hold the 3, 2, 1 fuel pump on are an actual, as you saw, there's an entire bracket. 3, 2, 1. All right, you guys, as you saw, there's an entire bracket that holds the fuel pump to the machine itself. And I was using a 10 mil socket, but they're actually, it's a 3/8 because that's American. But from what I remember, at least on the snowmobiles back in the day, the engines were Japanese. They were a Fuji motor. I don't know if this is a Fuji engine. I think they still are. So the stuff on the engine was all metric. So that's why I grabbed my metric stuff, because I am not used to using like American stuff, SAE stuff. So, but anyway, the 10 did work. It was a little sloppy. Also, the bolts that hold it on, or I mean the nuts actually that hold the 3, 2, 1 fuel pump on are an actual 5/16. You could get away with like using an 8 mil, but I tested it and it's like pretty sloppy. You could get in big trouble with that, so just use the correct stuff. Anyway, let's get this off of here and swap it over. It looks pretty dirty. What I'm probably going to do is open it up and see what's going on inside.
All right, now I'm going to go ahead and bring this down because I did, oh wait, hang on a minute. This one. And I did that cough thing. I got to get rid of that. That's not something that people want to hear, so bring this over here.
All right, you guys, as you saw, there's an entire bracket that holds the fuel pump to the machine itself. And I was using a 10 mil.
All right, get rid of the space. I don't like the space. Control B.
I was using a 10 mil socket, but they're actually, it's a 3/8 because that's American. Because that's American. But from what I remember,
there, see that space? Take it out of there just so It shortens up the video.
But from what I remember, at least on the snowmobiles back in the day, the engines were Japanese. They were.
And if anybody's seeing this in post, I don't know if the four-wheeler engines are Fuji's. If
engines were Japanese, they were Fuji motor. I don't know if this is a Fuji engine. I think they still are. So the stuff on the engine was.
All right, take that little space out of there. I know it's not a lot, but at the end of the video, instead of being a 20-minute video, it could be a 19-minute video, and it helps.
So the stuff on the engine was all metric. So that's why I grabbed my metric stuff, because I am not used to using like American stuff. SAE stuff. Metric stuff, because I am not used to using like American stuff. American stuff.
Tighten that up a little bit there.
And stuff.
American stuff. Take out the
SAE stuff. SAE.
Take out the I can't stand the ums and ahs and the ohs, but
stuff. SAE stuff. So American stuff. SAE stuff. So, but anyway, the 10 did work. It was a little sloppy. Also, so, but anyway,
all right, see the big right there? I'm taking that out too. I can't stand when I say so I wish I didn't do it, but I do it.
Anyway, the 10 did work.
I'm not the most fluent speaker, that's for sure.
Anyway, the 10 did work. It was a little sloppy. Also, the bolts that hold it on, or I mean,
another thing I say a lot is, but anyway. I try not to, but I do it.
Also, the bolts that hold it on, or I mean, the nuts actually that hold the.
Yeah, and here's where I cough.
The 3, 2, 1.
Now I'm gonna fix this. Watch.
Fuel pump on our next.
Hold the
3, 2, 1. Fuel pump on.
All right, hold the. Cut it right there. Now I'm gonna go back. Right here.
The nuts actually that hold the.
Boom, right there. Now watch. Take this out, and it should work.
The fuel pump on our actual.
See, works pretty good.
That hold the fuel pump on our actual 5/16.
Actual 5/16. All right, like that.
Well, 5/16. You could get a.
And it's so true too. I am not used to using SAE tools. I'm like used to using metric because I'm always worked on like Asian vehicles and German vehicles. So I'm not used to
5/16.
wrenching. Even like Chevy and stuff are like metric now. So
5/16. You could get away with like using an 8mm, but I tested it and it's like pretty sloppy. You could get in big trouble with that. So just use the correct stuff. Anyway, let's get this off of here and swap it over. It looks.
take that out.
It looks pretty dirty.
If you're new here, welcome in. I'm just editing. Hopefully this video here will be up either Saturday or Sunday. That's what I always shoot for. But I appreciate you stopping by, even if you're just lurking and not going to say anything. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. All right, here we go.
Stuff.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
Stuff.
Yeah, I messed that up. Control Z. Control Z will fix your last action. So if you made a mistake, hit Control Z. That'll fix what you messed up.
Stuff. Anyway, let's get this off of here and swap it over. It looks pretty dirty. What I'm probably going to do is open it up. What I'm
Get rid of that. Get rid of this big space right here. Again, because maybe you might have a 20-minute video, but if you take out your ums and ahs in these spaces, it'll turn into more like a 19-minute video.
It looks pretty dirty. What I'm probably going to do is open it up and see what's going on inside.
All right, there's where we'll cut it.
Let's see what's going on inside.
Maybe not right where I'm blinking.
What's going on inside?
Right there. All right. Now we can go back to our double pane window here. And Davinci's great because you have these two windows that you could actually edit in, and then you could switch to the one to edit into the timeline. So, all right. Now we're back to number 6. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, now this is going to be a montage. So, for those of you who are watching, let me show you this one area that I already put some GoPro footage in that will have no sound, and it'll be sped up to probably 5x speed. That is in here. And let me go back. And I'm going to detach the sound from it because I don't need the sound. I don't want the sound. I'm going to put music over this. Okay, here's the GoPro footage here. Go all the way back. Let me shrink this down. Shrink it down. GoPro 1, GoPro, there we go. Right all the way to here. It's all GoPro. Now this little link right here, hit that link and unlink them. Now I'm going to get rid of this audio, backspace it, taking the audio out. GoPro, audio, gone. Let me see where we're at now, out in here.
Entire bracket that.
Okay, last of the audio and the GoPro. We don't want that. Right there. Backspace gone. Now we've got no audio. Now I know which ones I want to speed up. So I'm going to go and highlight all of these all the way over right to here. Now I'm going to hit the letter R on the keyboard. It opens up this window right here. And it says speed. And I think I'm going to want to do 600. That's 6 times the speed of the original. And then I'm going to hit ripple timeline and then stretch to fit. And now watch what happens. Now I hit change. Boom. Now it just faded away. It's back this way. So I'm going to take my timeline and scoot it over and find it all. There we go. Now look at how short it is. And now, rather than it being like a half an hour long, it's 7. My whole video now is only 7 minutes long because I've sped this whole entire thing up.
Sportsman.
Let me make this larger for you. Here we go.
450. All right, let's put this in.
Now imagine this part with some music. So let's go ahead and imagine this with some music.
All right, let's put this in. pump to the machine itself. And I was using a 10 mil socket, but actually it's a 3/8 because that's American. But
And then I will then, of course, figure out what song to put in here, but I kind of like something like this. Here's our new one. We got P for poop. It's fun. We'll take a walk around here in a minute, and but first, I need coffee. You need coffee. We
need coffee. That holds a whole pot of coffee.
And someday when I, have my merch shop, that'll be on there. But all right, so we're gonna go back to
What I'm probably gonna do is open it up and see what's going on inside.
All right, that's where I'm gonna go ahead and open up the inside. That's where we're at here.
One.
Okay, drag this down. And let me show you too. So you don't have to detach it, so I can link this back up. You can either drag out from up in this window, you can drag the entire thing out, which is both audio and video, or you can drag out just audio, the audio file, or just video. And since I know that I just want just video, that's what I'm going to do this time for this. So I'm going to go ahead, but I know I need to edit just a little bit out. Right there. Zoom in a bit, and then instead of using the razor blade to trim this end, I can just scoot this over just a bit like that. Save a little time. All right.
Three, two, one.
All right, hit my in.
3, 2, 1. Check it out, you guys. I finally busted down and got some vessel screwdrivers. Anybody who works on any Japanese stuff like this, you know, carburetors, anything like that, which I'm always doing pretty much off camera because I never get a chance to film it, needs a whole set of these. Now, I got a pretty decent deal on these. These were $80, but these are JIS screwdrivers and they are like worth their weight in gold. So I'm going to be using them for the first time, actually. How do I know that this is a JIS screw? Right there. Let me show you.
If you don't know what JIS stands for, it's Japanese Industrial Standard. Industry Standard. It's an actual thing. You might see a Phillips screw. It's not an actual Phillips. It's Japanese. So a lot of those screws get stripped out if you don't have the correct screwdriver. So
3, 2, 1. Check it out, you guys.
So yeah, in that video, I'm in this video explaining why. But anyway, when you see the uploaded version of the video, it'll be cool. You'll see it.
Check it out, you guys. I finally busted down.
Oh, Julie, you were here? Julie, you should have said something. Good to see you.
And got some vessel screwdrivers. Anybody who works on
I hope you're feeling all right tonight. I understand.
any Japanese stuff like this, you know, carburetors, anything like that, which I'm always doing
Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate it.
pretty much off camera because I never get a chance to film it, needs a whole set of these.
So you're up late tonight too.
Now, I got a pretty decent deal on these. These were $80, but these are JIS screwdrivers and they are like worth their weight in gold. So I'm going to be...
I was going to go on like with Laura tonight, but I just, you know, sometimes like you just are tired or like, I don't know. I just wasn't feeling all that great. And then, you know,
So I'm going to...
well, I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir here, but
be using them for the first time, actually. How do I know that this is a JIS screw? Right there. Let me show you.
let me show you.
Three, two, one. Hopefully my camera will focus good enough, but see that little dot? It's not a Phillips. This is a Japanese Industrial Standard right there. So I get to go ahead and break in my new screwdriver set.
And actually, I will, in case anybody really cares, I see there's only like 2 people in here, but I'm going to show you anyway, because if you're here, I'm showing you.
Screwdrivers, and they are like worth their weight in gold. So I'm going to be using them for the first time, actually. How do I know that this is a JIS screw? Right there. Let me...
So you can barely see it, but actually you can see it here on this screw right here. There's a teeny tiny dot. And that's how you know that that is a Japanese screw. It's not an American, it's not a Phillips, it's actually a JIS screw. And you need the special screwdrivers. You should be using the special screwdrivers or you will strip those out.
show you. Hopefully my camera will focus good enough, but See that little dot? It's not a Phillips. This is a Japanese industrial standard right there. So I get to go ahead and break in my new screwdriver set.
And for years, I've been wanting these screwdrivers, and they're just really expensive. And I finally bought them.
Set.
So yeah, I'm quite proud of those. The wife hasn't seen this video yet where she's going to say, you paid $80 for 6 screwdrivers? Well, yeah.
Three, two, one. You're probably saying, Bill, what's the big deal? Why not just use the Phillips? Well, this will allow us not to strip out the screw. So many times on metric bikes, you see Phillips heads that are just stripped out.
Yep.
And what you should be able to do, if these were clean, they're not. There's just dirt filled inside of them. But what you should be able to do is put this in here and hold this sideways. It's not going to do it, but the screwdriver should not fall out.
Yeah.
But this is rather heavy, this one. So, but these are also impact screwdrivers. I'll be able to hit this and it will twist. So,
not the red ones, the gray ones.
This is a must-have. If you're working on metric stuff, you have to have a set of these. And it's just about time that I bought them. No more excuses.
So I guess I explained everything in the video. That's great.
Three, two, one. Now I will go ahead and give this back to the original owner here. We do have the option of rebuilding these, which we probably will end up doing, or I could do it for him. They're really, really simple to do. There's just a diaphragm in here.
That reminds me, I don't think I gave that back to him. I think I still have it, but he's not going to care. But I'm really good friends with him. I still have it.
And what I actually am hoping to see is some boogered up ethanol, that white death, pretty much, or some varnish stuff, or something just maybe got in here. I don't want to see a healthy one, that's for sure. If not, we got some other problems.
Yep, and there was nothing wrong with it. So this is future me talking about my video. This was not the problem with this four-wheeler. Nope, was not the problem. I remember looking at it right now thinking, it does not look like the fuel pump, like there's anything wrong with it. You ever work on something and you're like, yeah, that's the problem, and you open it up and you're like, doesn't really look like there's anything wrong with it. But you hope and pray. So now I'm like cleaning it, thinking, yeah, I'll just clean it, make it look shiny. Oh well. Let me scoot this up, see where we're at, because this is why editing videos takes so long. At least for car stuff. Small engine repair. Nothing wrong with it. Might as well put it in the... This is kerosene, by the way. and out. And they put the dye in it so that, because normally kerosene is really not supposed to be red.
You're
like
probably
that.
saying, Bill, what's the big deal? Why not just use the Phillips? Well,
all right, take the space out of there.
this will allow
So if you guys do decide to exit, just before you do, double tap the screen for me.
will
I highly appreciate it. Thank you so much.
will allow us not to strip out the screw.
Which I didn't know. That'll be a like for me. I didn't know that if you double tap the screen, because people were saying that, and I was like, why? What does that do? It is like a quick like. So yeah.
Oh, the screw so many times.
And I'm so breathy in this. I hate that. I'm like I ran a marathon or something. So I'm sorry about that. It's annoying. You ever edit your own stuff and you see how annoying you could be?
Oh, the screw so many times on metric bikes. You see Phillips heads that are just stripped out.
All right. That are just, and then I do the breath thing. Just take it out, man. Take it out. And the good thing is I'm not on camera, so you don't see the matrix glitch. It's just better that way.
Stripped out.
And listen to how it sounds.
Heads that are just stripped out.
See, you don't even notice it.
And what you should be able.
And you're not going to notice a big difference either, because all I'm doing is unscrewing. So watch this. You're not going to even notice this. And here, let me put it on single mode. There. Boom. Highlight here in the gray. Hit backspace. There, watch.
Out. And what you should be able to.
See that? You don't even notice
That
that.
are just stripped out. And what you should be able to do, if these were clean, they're not.
These are clean. And then take this space out. Blink right there. Control B is a blade.
They're not. There's just dirt filled inside of them. But what you
Another one right there.
filled inside of them. But what you should be able to do is put this in here and hold this side.
Like that.
Is put this in here and hold this sideways. It's not going to do it, but the screwdriver should not fall out.
I know it's like seems minuscule, but if you can trim down like 2 minutes of time from your with your ums, ahs, and spaces,
Not fall out.
it'll help like hold some like YouTubers' attention span.
Fall out. But this is rather heavy.
Because if it's even annoying me, imagine how it would annoy a stranger, and I'm the one that's doing it. So, but I have shown this to like friends, and they're like, "Dude, I don't even notice you doing that." I'm like, "Well, I do, and it's annoying." So,
But this is rather heavy, this one. So, but these are this one. So,
like, listen to that. Why am I doing that?
this one. So, but these are this one. This one. So, but the
Man, wish I'd be more aware of that, but oh well.
this one. But these are also impact. So, impact screwdrivers. Screwdrivers. I'll be able to hit. I'll be able to hit this and it will twist.
All right. Device disconnected. Oh, that's great. No camera, huh? Well, I don't know why it disconnected. Okay, I'm saying hi to anybody that might be there. I don't know if Julie, seems like you probably left. So thanks for sticking around. I'm doing some editing tonight. Now, before you exit, just double tap that screen for me. I'd appreciate it. All right, going back to resolve here.
And it will twist. So awesome.
I don't know what's awesome. What am I saying? Let's go back.
This sideways, it's not going to do it, but the screwdriver should not fall out. But this is rather heavy, this one. But these are all also impact screwdrivers. I'll be able to hit this and it will twist. So,
okay, there we go. All right.
So awesome. This this is a must-have. If you're working on metric stuff, you have to have a set of these, and it's just about time.
Welcome in if you're just joining.
It's just about time that I bought them.
Double tap that screen if you could. I appreciate it.
No more excuses.
All right. All right, now right here, I'm gonna probably detach the audio, not detach it, delete it. And then double time or speed this up like probably 3 times the speed.
3, 2, 1. Now I will go ahead and give this back to the original. 3, 2.
Actually, what I'll do is I'll just, there's not a lot of time here.
3, 2, 1.
Get rid of this.
No more excuses. Now I will go ahead and give this back to the original owner here. We do have the option of rebuilding these, which we probably will end up doing. Owner here.
Again, get rid of these spaces. That way it seems like I was talking more fluently.
Owner here. We do have the option of rebuilding these, which we probably will end up doing. Or I could do it for him. They're really, really simple to do. There's just a diaphragm in here. And what I actually am hoping to see is some boogered up ethanol, that white death, pretty much, or some varnish stuff, or something just made all.
Get rid of that.
That white death, pretty much.
That's gotta go right there.
Boogered up ethanol, or some varnish stuff, or something just maybe got in here. I don't want to see a healthy one, that's for sure.
And I do. I end up seeing a healthy one.
If not, we got some other problems.
And I do. I end up having other problems. The fuel pump was not the problem with this four-wheeler.
Problems. Problems.
It just explodes. All right, like that. Now here is where I will speed things up. All right. There's a whole lot of nothing going on right here, so take that away. Get rid of that chunk right there. So anybody that's lurking right now, I will be going live outside. Tomorrow I will be getting my Dodge Dakota into the garage and painting the frame because I need to get the box onto, it's a brand, well, it's not brand new, but I just painted the box, did a restoration on it. So I'll be doing that while filming and doing a live. So in case anybody's interested in that. So please sub if you're not already. That'd be great. I appreciate it. All right, so right there's the end, I think. There. Now I can drag that over. All right, now how do we get rid of the audio? It's easy. Let's shrink this down because we don't want to see.
Or I could do it for him, or some varnish stuff, or something just maybe got in here. I don't want to see a healthy one, that's for sure. If not, we got some other problems.
Okay, we want to get rid of this big chunk of audio and this one right here. So we hit this chain link and we unlink them. Because if we, let's link them back up again. If I select this section, see how they're linked? I can't select them separately, but now I'll unlink them and it's grayed out. Now I can select them separately. They're highlighting separately. So now I'm going to go ahead and highlight these two separately. Backspace, they're both gone. Now I have no audio. And you're probably like, well, why don't you want the audio? Because what I'm going to do is highlight these, letter R, and I'm going to, I think, let's do 400, ripple timeline, stretch to fit, change. Now it shrunk it down. And there we go. Now it's sped up. And I'll put it in the bigger so you guys can see what that looks like. And it's moving a little slow, so I'm going to go ahead, and it's still highlighted in red, and hit the letter R, and I'm at 400, 4 times the speed, and I'm going to go to 500, 5 times the speed. So DaVinci Resolve works in like hundreds. So it's actually the 500 would be 5 times. When you open this up, it'll say 100 because it really just means you're in real time, 100 times the speed. If I put -50, that would be half the speed. So you got to remember that sort of thing. So I'm putting 500, so this is going to be 5 times the speed. I'm going to speed it up more than I had it one more time. So let's go now. We're going to do, and then let's see how it looks now.
Boogered up ethanol. I don't want to see a healthy one, that's for sure. If not, we got some other problems.
And then I probably won't have like heavy metal music in here, but let's just see what it would.
If not, we got some other problems.
Sound like. I thought I left a piece out of my buddy's carburetor, but now I realize that it went to his fuel pump. I just saw it. I was talking to myself, really. So sorry about that. Talking to myself.
Three, two, one. Well, I didn't see anything that stuck out like right away. When I did break it open, a lot of crud got in there, so there could have been some in there before I broke it open. Nonetheless, that doesn't mean that there wasn't something wrong with the diaphragm itself that wasn't pumping. Now, you might be saying, well, maybe we have a flow problem with the gas tank. I did check that. I forgot to mention that. There is plenty of flow with the fuel tank. So we're just going to go ahead and put this new one on.
Yeah, sorry about that. This is all behind the scenes stuff, so I burped in the camera. I apologize.
Well, I didn't see anything that stuck out like right away. When I did break it open, a lot of crud got in there, so there could have been some in there before I broke it open. Nonetheless, that doesn't mean that there wasn't something wrong with the diaphragm itself that wasn't pumping. Now, you might be saying, well, maybe we have a flow problem with the gas tank. I did check that. I forgot to mention that. There is plenty of flow with the fuel tank. So we're just going to go ahead and put this new one on.
Oh, see what's happening? I forgot to link them. So go back here. See how this is grayed out, the chain link? Boom. Now, there. That's what happens when you don't do that.
Well, maybe we have a flow problem with the gas tank. I did check that. I forgot to mention that. There is plenty of flow with the fuel tank. So we're just going to go ahead and put this new one on.
So I did a live last night. I got to be careful here because I listen to my MP3 player while I'm working, and I got a copyright strike. So uh, yeah, I got to be careful. So from now on, I have to be careful.
Didn't see anything that stuck out like right away. When I did break it open, a lot of crud got in there. So there could have been some in there before I broke it open. We probably will end up.
I think I know where I messed up. I messed up. I take that off. And then I put the new one on, and I shouldn't be. I take it off, and then, yep. Okay. I'm gonna have to fix this. This should be 600. And now I need to take these out of here. See, got ahead of myself. I need to get these up and out and over here.
Coffee while you're working on a 2006 Polaris Sportsman 450. All right, let's put this in.
Wait a minute.
It's also like 90 degrees out, and coffee brings down your body core temperature.
So I say, let's put this in. So why am I not, I don't understand why I've messed this up here. This makes no sense. I have to freaking,
That wasn't pumping. Now you might be saying, well, maybe we have a flow problem with the gas tank. I did check that. I forgot to mention that. There is plenty of flow with the fuel tank. So we're just going to go ahead and put this new one on.
all right. So I put the new one on.
It looks pretty dirty. What I'm probably 2006 Polaris Sportsman 450. All right, let's put this in. All right, you guys, as you saw, there's an entire bracket that holds the fuel pump to the...
All right, well, I guess it's going to make sense. So we'll shrink that. We'll scoot over to here.
There is plenty of flow with the fuel tank. So we're just going to go ahead and put this new one on.
All right, now where are we at? We're back over here.
Gas tank. I did check that. I forgot to mention that. There is plenty of flow with the fuel tank. So we're just going to go ahead and put this new one on.
Yeah, sorry about that. Sometimes it gets worse.
Mosquitoes, man.
Ah, okay. All right, good. Now I see what's going on. So now we got to take this out of here, scoot it over, and this is going to go in here. Oh, see that? Gotta move it over more. This goes in here.
We're just going to go ahead and put this new one on.
All right. Unlink the two. Get rid of the audio. Put this at, we'll do 500 for this. 500 speed. Shrink it down. Highlight these and backspace.
We're just going to go ahead and put this new one on.
All right, now let's see how it looks.
Mentioned, there is plenty of flow with the fuel tank. So we're just going to go ahead and put this new one on.
There we go. And that's it all sped up. All right. So it looks like number 6 MP4 is done. Let's go to my right there. It's done. All right. And now I don't know where I'm at on this. What was I doing here?
A new fuel pump didn't work. The old fuel pump didn't work. Wait.
Oh, I got copyright strike for that. I better not let that.
A new fuel pump didn't work.
Last night I got copyright strike for Magic Man Heart. So I better not let that slip on here today.
The old fuel pump didn't work. But here's the thing. the old fuel pump probably worked. And guess what? The new fuel pump... Can you fucking talk?
Oh, sorry, folks.
I sound like a retard.
Sorry, folks. I don't mean to
Am I
talk.
retarded? One. But here's the thing. After taking it apart, that fuel pump does work. Weird, huh? And the old fuel pump works. Here's how I know. Because check this out. I had to take it apart. I just figured, well, the fuel pump is not pumping. It's the pulse. And in order to get pulse, you need vacuum on the engine, you know? The engine, that's what provides the carburetor to send its pulse. And I probably would have never found this issue if I didn't take this thing apart. And I gotta say, the newer ones from the older models, this next generation, whatever this generation is, this is an 06, whatever the generation is before this, this is way easier to take apart. Even though it is a little bit of a pain in the butt, I'd rather take this apart than the older ones. But here's what I found. Here's why you'll never get a fuel pump to pulse from the carb. Look at it. Let's see. 3, 2, 1. Right here, guys. I was gonna just go ahead and try to replace this and see if we can get pulse because this was open, and I'm like, that's not gonna do it. Here is our vacuum line that will run our fuel pump, okay? Look at this. The carb is not even on the intake boot. Now, I don't know if maybe he had a backfire and this popped off, or my guess is this was never seated properly in the first place. Maybe over time it was working its way out, but let's see, this seems to be, no, that's not even tight. And I think on the last ride he took, it probably maybe wasn't even running all that great. Maybe he didn't even notice, or it was running just fine. Then it sat, it was hot, it cooled down, and then this just probably popped off. And then now it's pulling air in right here. It's never gonna send enough vacuum to here to run the fuel pump. So now here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and check our intake boot, make sure there's no cracks in it. Hopefully there isn't. And I'll loosen this up, get this all seated, nice. And hopefully it'll fire up. I think what I'll do is I'll just sort of put the fuel tank here. I am going to shine a flashlight down in there to make sure that the tank looks good. There's plenty of flow, but maybe I'll just drain this tank out, run the fuel through a filter that I have, these paper filters, just to clean it out, make sure it's good. I'm not going to mess with the petcock because when you take them apart, they start to leak. I'm not going to mess with it. It seems to be working just fine. I think this is our issue. So this never would have really been found because the plastic is really blocking everything. I just had to take this apart. And if it runs and everything, I'm gonna pressure wash it just like this so that it's nice and clean this way. Can clean it way better like this. But getting kind of excited now. I like when a plan comes together, you know? And I don't know what's going on with the winch, but I don't know, I'd like to kind of fix this for him. This is kind of messed up. I think he does run a plow on here. I could ask him if he wants me to order him the real McCoy that goes on the front of here.
Well, I think one of the most satisfying things on this video is I do end up fixing the winch. I do end up getting the four-wheeler running, but I end up having, this is a two-part video, I end up having a lot of problems with this ride. I don't know if you have any questions with Davinci Resolve. If you have any car questions, any small engine repair questions, let me know. You can also email me at any time. I'll try to answer them in any way and be helpful. I know that car repair can be really costly and it's hard to trust people. My advice is try to find a mom and pop shop, somebody that you can trust, and word of mouth is a big one. I would advise to try and stay away from the big dealerships. Don't go to them. Try to find somebody that you trust. Build a reputation with them and keep going to them. So that'd be good. Before you head out, I'd appreciate if you double tap that screen. That'll be a like for me. That'd be nice too. So I think I'm going to head out for tonight. And I will be doing a live tomorrow. So whoever is lurking, I appreciate you. And maybe I'll see you tomorrow. But yeah, thanks for sticking around. Oh, I could have started a poll. I should have done that. Like something like, anyway, have a good night if you're there.